We're dressing a little more formal today. Why? Because the NHL Draft is coming up, and Josh Ravensbergen is just chomping at the bit to find out who's going to pick him. We're going to talk about some of the draft prospects, their connection to Prince George, with Daniel G., who's a scout from Prince George, works for Elite Prospects. So we're going to talk about that on the show today, plus so much more on CKPG Today. Exciting times here in Prince George and at the stage at the NHL Entry Draft that's coming up here at the end of the month. And so lucky to have Mr. Daniel G. in from Elite Prospects and right here in Prince George to talk with us more. Thanks for making the time.
Yeah, super excited.
Yeah, so tell me a little bit about what you do here, because I thought, the draft's coming up and we got a guy here in Prince George who works hard for this very thing.
Yeah, I've always been kind of enamored with the NHL Draft, and I think when you become obsessed with something, you start to look at the nuances and how everything is basically put together. And I think it's easy to become enamored with the draft and the process and just how important it is for building a team. So, I started out just doing a lot of video work, cutting clips of like Canucks prospects and stuff. But then over time, the obsession kind of grows, and you start watching drafted players, and then I ended up joining Elite Prospects, and 5 years later, lots of learning through osmosis and everything, and here
now
we
you're
are.
A full-time gig. Look at that.
Yeah.
Or a gig for sure.
Yeah.
But let's start with some of the prospects to watch here, because this is the reason I thought, hey, this would be good to talk with Daniel about, because there's lots of Prince George connections to the draft this year, including, I guess, the number one connection that's on the top of everybody's minds, especially Cougars fans, is the goaltender, Josh Ravensbergen. Tell me a little bit about what you're expecting come draft day. Like, is this guy, you think, first-round material?
I think he is. Probably later in the first round. But you never know. Some teams draft for need, and when you get a goaltender like Ravensbergen, a guy with insane measurables like 6'5.5".
Yeah, I was going to say, what do you look for? Yeah,
maybe still growing, athletic, and he's raw, so there's lots of physical runway for him to improve, right? And when you consider that he's also athletic, tracks the puck really well, and just because of his kind of hockey upbringing, like he hasn't had a whole lot of structure.
No, yeah. Not one of those kids that went to an academy, has played all year round, all summer. He's a guy that's a pretty cool story. So,
it's a pretty insane story overall. I'm pretty high on him, actually. I think he's one of the better Canadian goaltenders to come out.
And you think projectable, like you think he'd be, projects as an NHL starter one day, you think?
Yeah, I think so. I think the NHL is kind of going in a direction where you have a tandem. And that's like a perfect place for him.
1A, 1B.
Yeah.
I like it. I was just going to interrupt you here and move along, because I don't want to run out of time. I want to get to everybody here today. Cameron Schmidt is another name on the minds of many in Prince George. Plays for the Vancouver Giants in the Western League. But also projecting pretty well. Could be up there on draft day as well in the first round, maybe.
Yeah, I think
probably second more.
I think he's likely. He's a for sure top 90 pick.
Yes.
Just blazing fast. Like, there's players that have like second gears, he has a third gear, right? And he can catch pucks in his feet at full speed, and then once he goes, you're not catching him. And then from there, he's just an elite shooter, like a variety of different shots, inside foot, outside foot.
I saw Elite Prospects marked him as the top marksman.
Yeah, and top straight line skater.
Yeah.
A lot of our scouts are really big fans, but there's obvious caveats with size and everything, so we don't really know where he'll go, but if he hits, he's going to be a special player. Yeah,
no kidding. So interesting. And of course, what you're seeing on your screen is a little bit of report cards that Daniel and the team at Elite Prospect put together as well. Thanks so much for sharing that with us today. The other thing I wanted to touch on here is just other top players in the draft. I think it would be remiss to not talk about Gavin McKenna and this guy, obviously maybe in the future, but there is a lot to be excited about when it comes to prospects that people are getting to see right here in Prince George.
Yeah, McKenna is, extraordinary.
Like this is a guy not even this year, next year.
Like you put up this amount of points
Yeah.
as a 16, 17-year-old. Like he's probably going NCAA, right? And
Yeah.
that's going to be the natural progression. But, even here in Prince George, you're going to see Carls, who we are already projecting as an A grade, so a first-round pick. He's tall, he's physical, super engaged, and his mobility is pretty absurd, right?
Yeah.
And I think when you look at his practice tape and stuff, he's way more dynamic than what he's showing this year. And
I think he got the baseline for the Western League down. He's going to build on it.
Yeah, you kind of think next year it's going to be pretty wild from the back end. So the Cougars have a defender that's going to eat minutes and be uber offensive, I believe. Yeah.
And then you even scouted Cohen Baker, their first-round pick. Tell me about him.
First off, insane motor. Like the guy never stops. He's a bit smaller right now, 5'6", but just tenacious. He's really ambitious with what he tries. Insane supporter too. He's just always finding pockets, burning up the ice, getting breakaways, flashing his hands. I think he fits Prince George's identity, especially when you look at guys like Jet Lajoie
and Aiden Foster. Both could be drafted here this year.
Yeah.
Both expected, yeah.
Yeah, I think later round picks.
Okay.
Lajoie, like Baker, just insane motor, right?
Yeah, a workhorse.
Yeah, and really good around the net and just uber physical. Like this guy absolutely destroys opponents. And then Foster, what can you say about Foster? He
big, strong.
Yeah, he's one of the most entertaining players in the Cougars just because he's powerful, big, fights.
Much like his dad.
Like when I talk to scouts in the scout room before games, they always ask about Lajoie and Foster. So I believe there's pretty good interest in them.
Awesome. Well, thanks for your time today, Daniel. This has been a joy. We'll have you back for sure to talk more as the draft gets closer for Carson Carls next year. Crazy. But lots to be excited about in terms of Prince George connections this year. And we'll be thinking about him on draft day. And we'll be thinking about you too, because you'll be just watching like the rest of us, excited with popcorn in hand. Thanks so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Main Street in Valemount, British Columbia. This is actually the original main street of the town because of the railway. Makes sense, right? It's going to be the main street again for the Alpenglow 100 because runners are going to be running along here headed up to the Valemount Bike Park as part of a massive trail running race that includes runners from over 7 countries attending here in Valemount, British Columbia. Pretty cool. We're going to learn about that today on the show. Yeah, so much excitement here in Valemount for the Alpenglow trail race. It's going to be happening here soon, and so lucky to talk to Kate about it today. Kate, you must be getting excited here. It's approaching fast.
It's coming up so fast, and I am very excited. It's going to be such a fun weekend.
So tell me about this inaugural event and what it's all about.
Okay, well, it is called Alpenglow 100, and so we have a 3-distance trail race put on by Coast Mountain Trail Running. July 5th, Friday, July 5th. It starts at 9 p.m. and it's a 24-hour event where the 100K runners are out on McCurdy and Swift Mountain for, a long time.
I was going to say 100 kilometers. Yeah. Like that's not to be understated here.
Yeah, and it is a big 100K. It's got a lot of elevation and really, really beautiful views and should be, yeah.
Are you doing it yourself?
I am not.
Okay, you're behind the scenes.
No, yeah. I'm the volunteer coordinator for the race, and I'm super excited to be part of it, and really glad to have sort of our trails being showcased, but not running.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. I mean, I wouldn't be running either. I'd be happy to take it in. But volunteering side, I want to ask you about this too. Are you guys still looking for any volunteers?
We are, yes.
Okay.
We have a ton of amazing local volunteers who've offered their time, but as you can imagine, a 24-hour event is pretty high demand for volunteers, so we still could use more. Yeah.
Okay, so if people are coming, maybe their significant other, a partner, friend, come hanging out for the race, maybe they can volunteer while they're at it.
Totally, yes, and you can actually volunteer on our website, so there's an option to register there, and so it'd be, really great.
Anything from like what kind of positions?
Well, we still have a lot of key positions available, but we have anything from like package pickup and registration, package stuffing, all the way to sitting on a mountain directing runners on course. So
tough job.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it is. I mean, it can be. Yeah.
The other thing I wanted to talk about, of course, is the inaugural event. Isn't it incredible? Like, talk to me about the vision for this and how it all came together. Because you've been involved here. So, like, walk me through the process of getting to race day. Like, there was a lot that had to happen behind the scenes for this to happen.
Okay, well, I have to say that's like above my pay grade,
yep.
but I know that there are some local runners who have been really keen on showing off our mountains. Dave and Tracy, I'm sure you probably heard the names.
Shout out, Dave.
They have been sort of pushing the idea of a long distance run here for quite some time, and CMTR, Gary and Jeff, they kind of jumped at the idea, and so they've been working behind the scenes to put together a really cool race for a while.
So for those wondering, there's a lot of people coming to Valemount for this Alpenglow 100, including people not only from here in British Columbia, across the country and across the globe.
It's true, yes. We actually have runners from 6 provinces, 7 countries, 12 states, and volunteers too. We have volunteers from all across BC and Alberta, volunteers from the States, volunteers from Europe. So I think it's a pretty neat draw too.
Talk to me about Valemount as a community. For people, of course, this is attracting people not only from here in BC, but I feel like across the country and probably across the globe as well. I know how fast the registration sold out, so you don't need to worry about runners. It's already full for this year, so watch for next year. But for those who haven't been to Valemount, what would you say it's all about? What's the vibe? I mean, I could describe it, but I feel like you probably might do a better job here.
Okay, well, I'm pretty new to Valemount myself, but I would say from my experience, Valemount is a really chill, community-oriented place. They're just like, the community members are so welcoming, so excited to have people here. I would say that we're like a solid mix of really big outdoor lovers and I don't know how to describe it better than that, but
I mean, a heartwarming, the definition of a Canadian small town. That's what I think. Whenever I come here, on so many levels, including I feel like in July, there's probably not going to be any bugs in the mountains either.
Maybe. You're a comedian. Yeah. I would say prepare for bugs. Yeah, already. The mosquitoes are out and they are not going anywhere. So do bring bug suits.
There you go. Okay, so for people wondering, all the information is online on your website. So volunteers or anything else you're looking for ahead of the race?
No, just really, I think, we have a ton of different positions, people who would like to be hiking and out on the mountain, people who would prefer to be doing more administrative stuff. There's lots of options.
And the other thing, actually, I wanted to touch on this too. For people who obviously wanted to get in this year, didn't. Lots of people you've been seeing doing training runs and stuff and checking out the trails. This is always a possibility for anyone who wants to visit.
Totally, come anytime. And I think that that's one of the most amazing things about our trails is this trail system is just so beautifully marked, and it's really, it's a self-guided trip, so you don't really need a race to show up, but the race will be a lot of fun.
Definitely, 24 hours of fun. I feel like it's like the race of the Eras Tour on Swift Mountain.
Yeah.
Put that all together.
You should. Yeah.
Thanks so much for your time today.
Yeah, thank you too.
We'll put all the details on CKPGtoday.ca for all the race things in the Alpenglow 100 here in Valemount.
Hold on to your sunglasses because we're giving you the chance to crank up the heat and the horsepower and win the ultimate summer getaway to Sun Peaks Speed Week, where the mountain air is fresh, the cars are fast, and the vibes immaculate. You and a guest will score a 2-night stay at Sun Peaks for all the Speed Week action, passes to the golf tournament in support of the Canucks Autism Network, plus so much more. Head to ckpgtoday.ca, click the contest button, and boom, you're on the road to awesome. Entering is easier than pretending you know how to fix a car, by the way. Miss an episode? That's okay, life gets busy. We get it. Or maybe you didn't miss anything, but you're here to watch that one feature again because honestly, it was that good. No judgment. Here's the good news. You can relive every moment of the CKPG Today Show whenever you want. Head over to ckpgtoday.ca, click on the Today Show tab, and voila. So grab some snacks, kick back, and binge away because let's face it, life's too short to miss out on great local TV.
You know the Open Door Cafe on the Heart? Yeah, inside Northland here now as well for you. A convenient location, Mallory. This must just be exciting to be inside here.
Honestly, it's really nice, and it's a super chill vibe. And all the staff have been so lovely to us. I've been really enjoying it.
Yeah, I feel like if you're, just want to buy a car, or if you don't want to buy a car, you can just come hang out, whatever suits your fancy, I guess you could say that. And you guys got some fancy drinks here, too, for summer, special menu.
Of course we do, yeah. One of my personal favorites, and probably everyone's personal favorite, is our brown sugar latte, and it's iced, and then it has an oat milk topper, and it looks beautiful, and it's also delicious. It's addictive.
It's addictive. I like that. You're teasing us here today. So we're going to make that in a second. There's also some lemonade and other things on the menu too.
Yes, we have lemonades. We have like a strawberry iced matcha, and it actually has boba in it, and a delicious cream cheese cold foam. They're
sounds
all
delicious.
amazing. Honestly, summertime is the way to be.
Yeah, no kidding. Okay, so for people wondering, obviously there's no drive-through here at Northland, but just pop in, park. There's lots of parking. This is the bonus of here, I feel like.
Yeah, for sure. You can either come in the front door, and we're like kind of by the service area, or you can also come in our service door in the back and park back there, and then we're directly in front of you.
Perfect. And then hours for this one, what can people expect?
So they open at 8 a.m. here, and then we're going to be open till 3.
Perfect. And then the baking as well. I wanted to highlight this. It's got the same baking as the open door does.
Oh, heck yes. We have all of our food selection, baking selection. It's growing as we grow here because we just need to up our prep and everything like that. And the guys here just sell it out every day.
Well, you know what? Why not? I mean, this is a place to be. The Open Door Cafe #2. And I'm excited to celebrate a little bit of a fun drink to celebrate that today.
Heck yeah.
All right, get back here, cameraman Zach. Let's do this. The action begins here. The barista. This is like making a drink, like it's like making a chemical experiment here at the Open Door Cafe. It is quite the process, and the summer menu is no different. I feel like, Mallory, the other thing I was going to add is this kind of goes here. We got fitting outfits for today's activity.
It's true. Summer vibes.
Summer vibes here. Lots of summer drinks to take in. This is just normal, like a hot coffee would be. Same thing.
It's more of a iced Americano, and so instead of a poured coffee, it's just the espresso shots, and then syrup and with just a topper of an oat milk.
Okay, so people that have a hard time with espresso, it's still okay because it's kind of watered, like it's not as intense. Is that fair?
Yeah, it has the full, like we start with a full cup of ice with it, and so it does melt it and water it down as it goes through.
Okay.
And then the oat milk topper with the brown sugar syrup really makes it palatable. I'm not a huge espresso shot fan, and I love this drink.
Okay, there you go. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Okay. Or espresso dinner. I'm not sure yet.
Okay.
Got the dubla here.
This is our brown sugar syrup, which we make in-house. Oops. And we don't put too much in there. It has 4 shots of espresso.
Okay.
So this is a pick-me-up and a half.
Whew. You need to buy a car, you'll be walking as fast as one after you drink this.
And then this is the fun part.
Oat milk, that's good. My lactose semi-tolerant body appreciates.
And the beauty happens.
Look at that. That is a fun drink.
Yeah,
A little bit of a bubble on top.
it's delicious too.
That is
Here, I'll
great.
get you a lid. You can give her a go.
I can give her a go. This is my favorite part of the job. Quality control, some would say. More like for me, it's just a reward. This is going to be great. Okay. Now,
Want me to hold that?
you know what? I don't trust many people with this, but for you today, sure.
Oh, pro.
Oh, that's really good. Sweet. You can taste the brown sugar, and you can taste the intenseness that I'm going to be, well, I won't be tired the rest of the week, probably, after drinking
You
this.
probably won't sleep tonight now.
Awesome. Thanks, Mallory. And come check out the Open Door Cafe, now located inside Northland Dodge here. You guys are open to serve people, and I feel like you got the menu that people are just going to be rolling in, maybe convertible. I don't know.
Never know.
You never know. Cheers, Mallory. Thank you.
Thanks.
Is your group or business interested in winning coffee with Caden? Need a little pick-me-up? All you have to do is enter online at ckpgtoday.ca, and you could be our next recipients for Coffee with Caden. Cheers to great coffee from great people at the Open Door Cafe. Taking a look outside at today's CKPG Snapshot, this one comes from Terry Miller, who went down the Bowron Forest Service Road to get this shot. It's the Bowron River at Hagen Creek. And yes, Hagen Creek is actually a really important spot in the Bowron River because that's where the salmon go to spawn. Now, there's not that many of them left, but they do head up there, all the way up there to do that run. And Terry Miller, thanks so much for taking the trip and showing us what it looks like up there. Boy, we live in a beautiful province, that is sure. Beautiful British Columbia, to say the least. Hey there, got an idea or suggestion for the show? Reach out and connect through our social media or send us an email at letstalk@ckpgtoday.ca.
Prince George, flooding in June. Crazy occurrence. It's not that crazy. But what you're about to see today in local history might be a little crazy. And honestly, I want to talk to the people in this picture, if you still know them. Reach out to us. We'll let the tape roll here, and you're about to see what I mean.
Looking back today in local history, in 1999 was a bit of a high year on the rivers. And you can see here pictured Ryan Frars and Colin Cote enjoying some of that flooding at Cottonwood Island Park here in Prince George. And yeah, the Heritage River Trails sign almost underwater, but would you know it, the river peaked at about 9.2 meters, and part of flooding is at 9.6 meters, so it still wasn't quite at that high, but apparently in the Robson Valley this year was some flooding in there, and the CN rail line was also partially submerged in that area as well. So there you go.
Yeah, I don't know about you, but swimming in the water, standing water at Cottonwood Island Park, I don't know about that. But anyways, to each their own. I hope these people are still doing well in Prince George or wherever they decided to move after. But yeah, stay out of the standing water, folks. Maybe not the greatest for you. Thanks so much for watching today. And don't forget to enter Speed Week and get your chance to head to Sun Peaks on a pretty cool vacation. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you for more tomorrow.